Org is a 3,000-mile bicycle ride across the United States to raise awareness and funds for those suffering from mental illnesses.
So why do the Ride to Awareness? Because there's organizations out there to help. Organizations that provide support groups, advocacy, help to those families that need it most.
Help us reduce the stigma for those who suffer from mental illness. Donate, sponsor, join the ride. Visit ridetoawareness.org. That's ridetoawareness.org.
We need your support. Join our ride and donate generously. Together, we can make a difference.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami, WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
1-0 pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 1-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up, and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Well, nice job, Carlos. Welcome live from the Fox Sports 940 Marlins Radio Network studios. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, Fox Sports 940 Miami. It's game 27 of 162. And you know what? I already forgot about what happened last night, so let's move on to this afternoon where the Marlins can win a series in Seattle with a victory in the finale with the Mariners. Miami's got their guy that they want towing the rubber after a 14 punch-out performance, Max Meyer. And this afternoon, we bring you Game 3 series finale of a 3-game interleague set between the 15-12 Seattle Mariners and your 12-14 Miami Marlins. We mentioned Max Meyer. He's been brilliant thus far. He'll start for the Marlins. He's pitching to a 2.10 ERA. He will go opposite Logan Evans. Congratulations. Welcome to the show. 23-year-old right-hander. He will make his major league debut for the M's this afternoon. It all starts at 4:10 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. What's going on, everyone? Welcome in. This is Marlins on Deck. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Sunday afternoon with Jack McMullen and Craig Minervini. I'm Steven Strom. Got a weird show for you today. We will do some Marlins housekeeping in a matter of seconds, but the lineup shows this. Connor Norby will join Jack McMullen on the assignment at hand today. We'll get you at the count, of course, with Meyer and Evans, our two individuals that are in Seattle. Jack and Craig will join me for some back and forth, our Expo question of the day at Marlins Radio, and, of course, Steve's guarantee to victory. So I did want to start here with some housekeeping, and we'll do roster moves. Connor Gillespie, option to AAA Jacksonville, struggled mightily his last 3 starts. He will end his at least first stint up here 0-3 in 6 starts with an 8.65 ERA. The last 3 starts combined 19 runs given up. Seattle, Philadelphia, Arizona. Tough lineups, but Connor Gillespie optioned. Luarbit Arias was recalled from AAA Jacksonville. We have seen him before, a couple of appearances for Arias. What that means moving forward at that 5th spot in the starting rotation, one would guess maybe a Valente Belloso. He probably makes the most sense, as we do have a couple of guys that are rehabbing, and that perfectly is a segue into our next thing here. Yuri Perez had his first rehab assignment yesterday with the Jupiter Hammerheads, allowed 1 hit. It was a leadoff hit, and then he punched out 2, got a pop out to shortstop. Yuri Perez, a sight to be seen, and just an awesome sight yesterday to see him on the mound. All 6-7 of him, the extension, the velo was great, 97 miles per hour. So good on that front. Again, Yuri is in this window now where once you start a rehab assignment, you've got 30 days. Now, there is a loophole in the rule, especially for someone that's coming off Tommy John. We will see here what the plan is with Yuri, but if he is healthy, I would say we could see him at least within the next 60 days. I know that sounds like a lot, and I know you're thinking the rule is 30. You are right, but there is a loophole when you do have an individual that is coming off Tommy John surgery. The other arm that had a rehab assignment today, Ryan Weathers, he's been out. He threw 3 perfect innings with the Jupiter Hammerhead, 6 punch-outs. So awesome on that front. We will see, of course, Ryan Weathers before Yuri Perez for obvious reasons. Of course, Yuri with the Tommy John and Ryan Weathers throwing 3 innings versus Yuri's 1. Awesome updates on that end. Okay. One bad news, we've known about it. It's so crazy. Baseball's so crazy. What is today, Sunday? It's not even Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday anymore. It's just if there's a baseball game. A week ago, or at least 8 days ago, Griffin Conine went down in Philadelphia. He tried to stretch a single into a double. Of course, going as hard as he can. He only plays one way. He dislocated his shoulder sliding into second base on an RBI double in that loss to the Philadelphia Phillies. He was placed on the 60-day IL. We didn't know if he was going to need surgery or not. That has now been confirmed. He will undergo surgery on that left shoulder. And here was Griffin Conine on if it's sunk in yet.
I think by now it's kind of settled in a little more. First couple of days were tougher. I think now just looking ahead to getting it done, and then I can focus on rehab, like setting goals and stuff like that, get timetables, get more info. But yeah, it sucks. Talk to a lot of people that have offered like a lot of support. So that helps for sure. And just being around the guys, this helped too.
All right. So that was Griffin Conine, who will undergo surgery on his left shoulder on Tuesday. We will see what that rehab process looks like. It's tough. It's really tough. It's really tough to see someone that has worked as hard as he has to get his moment and to play as well as he was playing to, some of this stuff, it's hard, man. It's hard to explain. 281, a home run, 7 RBIs, but just the way that he plays the game, it's, I know you probably want to say something along the lines of, try to keep your foot off the gas, but the guy knows one way to play, and almost symbolic the way that he ended up hurting himself trying to stretch a single into a double and doing so and going hard into second base, sliding head first. But we are thinking of Griffin Conine. Again, he will undergo surgery on Tuesday on that dislocated left shoulder. We'll keep you updated on how that goes this week. I know the guys are out in LA right now, but best of wishes to Griffin Conine and a speedy recovery, because we want to see Griff back on the field here in 2025. So good housekeeping there on this Sunday. A little Sunday cleaning on Marlins on Deck. We'll break here. Coming up next, we'll hear from Connor Norby and Jack McMullen. It's going to be a 4:10 first pitch. Marlins looking to win a series in Seattle on the Marlins Radio Network. At Lone Depot, we're big on home.
And 20 stolen bases. 1-2 pitch. That one hit hard up the gut and through. The first big league hit for Ronnie Simon is going to score the first big league run for Augustin Ramirez. Rookie driving in rookie, and how about the dueling debuts? An RBI single for Simon. It's 2-0 Fish in the second. Punch-outs on several occasions. 1-2 pitch. That one at the knees, a called third strike, and a career high for Max. 9 punch-outs, and we're early. He's done it in 43 pitches, and there are 2 men gone in the top of the 4th.
15 years ago, you're framing that pitch and you're keeping it there.
You're just sticking it where you catch it. 2-2 pitch, that one powered out to center and deep. Friedel back, Friedel leaps, and it's gone. Eric Wagaman powers a ball out to straightaway center. A solo shot, his 3rd of the year, and it's 3-0 Marlins in the 5th. High over the last few days. 2-1 pitch. That one hit well out to left. You got Hayes working back. Hayes at the track, and it's gone! Into the Marlins bullpen in opposite field shots. Kyle Stowers with a 3-run homer, and it's 6-0 Marlins in the 7th.
For a 3-run homer. Big 2-out home run.
Now, Augustine Ramirez drills one out to left center field, and that is going to one-hop off the wall and over the wall. Augustine Ramirez, we were promised pop. 110 off the bat, and he follows the opposite field homer.
Where trust and protection hit a home run.
Take the Marlins wherever you go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to not one, but every Miami Marlins game. Well, Miami's got their guy going this afternoon. Max Myers coming off the best start of his major league career. 6 shutout against Cincinnati, 14 punch-outs. He joined Sandy Alcantara, Dan Straley, and Jose Fernandez as the only Marlins to have 14 punch-outs and no walks. He will go opposite Logan Evans, who will make his major league debut. Going to be a 4:10 first pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Steven Strom steering you to the series finale with Jack McMullen and Craig Minervini. Well, Connor Norby is in the lineup tonight. He's batting 7th and playing third base. Wanted to get the rundown on what it's like to flush last night's 14-0 loss and how to prepare for a guy that's making his major league debut in Logan Evans. Jack McMullen, you've got more.
Thank you, Steven. Connor Norby, curious about seeing a guy making his major league debut in Logan Evans. How do you go about scouting a guy that, has yet to throw at this level?
You take what you can from the video that we have and the reports that we have, but also know that you've been in that spot before and your adrenaline is through the roof. And so stuff might play up, stuff might move less because he's trying to throw a little harder, but also stick to our game plan. Last night was tough for pretty much everyone all around. So it's a good day to flush it and get after this guy. And to be a good test for us. He's a good arm.
This is full season number 1 for you. How easy is flushing a night like last night?
I'm learning. I'm still learning. I only got about 50 games in this big league so far. So, it's to get you learn from it for sure. But also not. I've been better about not becoming so wrapped up in what had happened. Some nights you just have bad nights as a player, as a team, and baseball is a humbling sport and it's a long year. And they're a good team. Not to discredit them, they're a good team. And they hung a 6th spot up in the first, and that's tough. And with Castillo on the mound, makes it even tougher. But they played it really well. They played really well last night, and today is a good day to win a series.
Back to today with Evans on the mound debuting. Obviously, it's different between a hitter and a pitcher, but a hitter, sometimes you see him a little juiced up. He could also be a little timid, and that could result in some nibbling. What do you remember from the emotions that you felt for your MLB debut? Again, obviously different hitter and pitcher.
Well, my adrenaline was through the roof for sure. I had about 2 hours sleep. I don't think I saw a pitch until my 3rd at bat. So I don't know if I'm the right guy to ask that question, but your adrenaline for sure, everything feels out of worldly almost. And he's going to be juiced up, and that's for sure. We have to control our emotions and control what we're doing, and we can't focus on him. And he's going to, obviously, like I said, I think his velo's been down a little bit, but it's major league debut. You're in front of a big league crowd. You're going to be juiced up. So I'm sure the velo will be right back to where it normally is.
You got the right guy on the hill opposite him, Max Meyer. What does that do for a lineup's confidence, seeing a guy like Max coming off 14 punch-outs with him on the hill?
Only 14, huh? No, Max has been great. He's had a different look from really first day of spring training, and he's worked his tail off to quote unquote figure it out, if you want to say that. But he gives us a ton of confidence. He's been so far our most consistent guy on the mound in the starting rotation, and that's not a knock on any of our other guys. We have a lot of really good pitchers. It's just he just shows up every 5th, 6th day, whatever he throws, and he doesn't care about the other team. It's crazy. He doesn't. I don't even think he looks at what the lineup card is. He just is I'm just gonna pitch. I'm gonna do what I do, and that's been really cool to see him have that confidence in himself. And I expect nothing less from him today. While he's over there annoying everyone else, but no, he's he's been really good, and I'm excited to watch him today.
Connor, appreciate it. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Steven.
All right. Thank you very much, Jack McMullen and Connor Norby. Really, Meyer doesn't even look at the card. Yeah, he's been otherworldly this year for the Miami Marlins. 3 consecutive starts of 6+ innings, and this afternoon feels like there's a ton of ingredients to have another 6-7 inning quality start. I guess I won't put the pressure on a shutout because you got to respect Seattle. They just put 14 up on the Marlins yesterday. But given the circumstance in Seattle, how pitchers perform there, this feels like another start where Max Meyer can rack up the punch-outs and get deep into a game. And he's got the confidence of his entire team. You heard Connor Norby has high praise for him, very competitive. I did want to hit, though, on the question that Jack asked about Logan Evans. And this guy, and we'll dive deeper into the matchup on the mound in the next segment, but this is a guy that was at Pittsburgh that had a 7 ERA, a 5.88 ERA in 2023 at Pitt, a 4 ERA at Penn State when he transferred. So this is a pretty remarkable run for Logan Evans in such a short amount of time. He's replacing Logan Gilbert in the rotation, but again, he will make his debut. And good answer from Connor Norby, kind of leaning on the film on how you prep for a guy that's never made his major league debut. Awesome stuff. We'll dive deeper into the matchup on the mound, Max Meyer and Logan Gilbert. That's next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Chances we're going to be driving a lot more runs. Overall, hasn't been great. Rispy.
2-2 pitch flicked into left center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Everybody was off on contact. Stowers will score from second. Mervis pulls up at second. And it's an RBI single for Liam Hicks. You don't got to hit it hard. You just got to hit it in the right spot. And he did that. We're tied at 1 in the 5th.
Has been picking up for the Marlins.
1-1 pitch. Sanoja lines that one over the leaping glove of Moore at second. Mervis going to try and score. Rodriguez, his throw coming home is through, but Mervis scores standing up. Matt Mervis just beat that throw home. He did not get down, but he just snooked that foot in. And Sacramento's Jacob Wilson have 12 apiece. That pitch wanded past the third baseman Williamson into left. 1 run scores. They're sending the other. The throw home is up the line. It's a 2-run single for Edwards. And again, he didn't hit it hard. He just guided it through the left side of the infield. It's 4-1 Fish in the 5th.
Plate. The guy who's getting the hit is going to second base. Great job.
1-0 pitch. Sanchez rockets out to right and deep. He admires his work. That's all the way up and gone. Jesus Sanchez, a moonshot, and a 2-run homer makes it a 6 spot in the 5th.
This far west in his life, here's the 1-2 pitch. Hammered, base hit down the line. Over the glove of Williamson into the corner. It's going to be yet another double for Ramirez, his 4th double in his 3rd major league game.
The Marlins are up 6-4. And the 0-1 pitch, he's swinging away and he drills one again. Out to left center and deep. Rodriguez is back. Rodriguez looks up and it's gone. Augustine Ramirez, his first big league homer.
You save.
Hey, this is Ryan Weathers, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, thank you, Ryan Weathers. How about 3 perfect frames for Ryan in his rehab assignment with Jupiter? 6 punch-outs. Hopefully we'll see Ryan Weathers back in a couple of weeks. Don't miss a moment of Marlins action. Download the iHeartRadio app. Make Fox Sports 940 the top preset, and then listen to every Marlins game. Welcome in here on this Sunday afternoon series finale. Marlins looking to bounce back after a 14-0 shellacking in Game 2. They took Game 1 against the Mariners, so an opportunity to win this series with Max Meyer on the mound and capture back-to-back series victories here in the last week. We'll begin here with Mr. Meyer. Going to be difficult for Maxie, the 26-year-old right-hander from Woodbury, Minnesota, to match his last outing. 6 shutout with ready 14 punch tickets. He was the first pitcher since Randy Johnson to have 14 strikeouts or more in less than 6 innings and 0 walks. Pretty good company to be in for Max Meyer. He's been hands down the best starter for Miami. He comes into Sunday afternoon with a 2-2 record, a 2.10 ERA over 30 frames on 5 starts. 6 innings or more in 4 of his 5 starts, and he has shut out opponents in 2 of those outings. It'll be the first start ever for Max Meyer against the Seattle Mariners. Meyer will go opposite Logan Evans. We talked about him earlier, 23-year-old right-hander from Ann Arbor, Michigan. He was selected in the 12th round in the 2023 draft by the Seattle Mariners. He's the Mariners' number 10 prospect, and he makes his major league debut this afternoon at T-Mobile Park. Through 5 starts in AAA this year, a 3.86 ERA in 25 2/3 innings pitched. Stuff isn't overpowering, but the arsenal is deep. 6'4", generates a ton of ground balls. So it's a sweeper, a sinker, a cutter, a four-seamer, a changeup. This move comes after Logan Gilbert headed to the IL after leaving the start on Friday through 3 innings against the Marlins. We read you the numbers. This is a guy that was at Pittsburgh, had a 7 ERA, transferred to Penn State at a 4 ERA. He has not had the numbers where you look and say, this guy's going to be in the majors in less than 2 years. But here he is. Good for him. Logan Evans will make his major league debut against Max Meyer. Marlins looking to win the series on this Sunday afternoon before they head off to Chavez Ravine to take on the big, the bad, the Dodgers. Coming up next, Craig Minervini and Jack McMullen help me preview Game 3 series finale from Seattle right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Chances we're going to be driving a lot more runs. Overall, hasn't been great. Rispy.
2-2 pitch flicked into left center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Everybody was off on contact. Stowers will score from second. Mervis pulls up at second. And it's an RBI single for Liam Hicks. You don't got to hit it hard. You just got to hit it in the right spot. And he did that. We're tied at 1 in the 5th.
Has been picking up for the Marlins.
1-1 pitch. Sanoja lines that one over the leaping level Moore at second. Mervis going to try and score. Rodriguez, his throw coming home is through, but Mervis scores standing up. Matt Mervis just beat that throw home. He did not get down, but he just snooked that foot in. And Sacramento's Jacob Wilson have 12 apiece. That pitch wanded past the third baseman Williamson into left. 1 run scores. They're sending the other. The throw home is up the line. It's a 2-run single for Edwards. And again, he didn't hit it hard. He just guided it through the left side of the infield. It's 4-1 Fish in the 5th.
Plate. The guy who's getting hit is going to second base. Great job.
1-0 pitch. Sanchez rockets out to right and deep. He admires his work. That's all the way up and gone. Jesus Sanchez, a moonshot and a 2-run homer makes it a 6th spot in the 5th.
This far west in his life, here's the 1-2 pitch. Hammered, base hit down the line. Over the glove of Williamson into the corner. It's going to be yet another double for Ramirez, his 4th double in his 3rd major league game.
The Marlins are up 6-4. And the 0-1 pitch, he's swinging away and he drills one again. Out to left center and deep. Rodriguez is back. Rodriguez looks up and it's gone. Augustin Ramirez, his first big league homer. A wall scraper.
Don't miss a moment of Marlins action. Download the iHeartRadio app, make Fox Sports 940 the top preset, and then listen to every Marlins game. And then listen to the best segment in all of radio. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Craig Minervini. We bring them on live from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Marlins looking to win back-to-back series, guys. You know, let me start with this. The 1-run games are tough, the 2-run game, but there's something about just getting your doors blown off that you can flush it the next day, come back with your best pitcher in Max Meyer.
Yeah, I will say we were chatting with Connor Norby, and you've heard this conversation. He said he's getting a little bit better at that, flushing a game like this, but it is almost easier. And Craig, you were making that point yesterday. Like, you think about what could have been in a 1-run game or a 2-run game, not really the case yesterday.
Way easier. Mariano Rivera used to say if he had a bad one, let it go with the shower. This one, you let it go. I mean, maybe in the 8th inning when the Marlins did, when Sanoja came out in the 7th inning, they let it go then. And I think it's an easy one to get over. Now, if they keep piling up, you're not scoring, things happen, then it feels like the waves. But that hasn't been the case. That's a rare game right there for Miami to not even respond late in the game, which they have in the few games they've given up double-digit runs.
And like I said before, the one guy you want on the hill, Max Meyer. How does this guy match what he did last week, Jack?
Slider. I mean, if you have the best slider in baseball, you use it. And on Monday against Cincinnati, he did have the best slider in baseball. So I think that's important. He's not working with Agustin Ramirez today. He's working with Liam Hicks. But I think both those guys are capable of feeling what Meyer does right. And, I think you or I could have sat in the crouch behind the plate on Monday and said, you know what, slider low is working. Let's keep on doing that. The changeup was really good as well. And the sinker at the knees too. This guy, when he's at his best, is belt and below. And what I mean by that is he is just peppering the knees. He's peppering the bottom of the strike zone. It's what he did with the slider, and that was a whiff machine. It's what he did with the changeup, the sinker as well. So recipe for success, shoot the knees.
We'll get back to Jack in a second here. And yes, Max Meyer, 14 punch-outs on Monday, a career high. Craig, I know you've seen some great arms, man. Is there anyone that comes to mind when you're watching Max Meyer, or is this guy just sort of his own entity? Because you've covered the Marlins for a long time, and we've seen some great pitchers.
They've had most of them nasty right-handers. I just think of, let's talk in the word nasty. The Beckett's, A.J. Burnett, really nasty. Brad Penny, big gas over the years. There have been so many good pitchers. Carl Pavano had a nice run here, too. Alex Fernandez, unfortunately injured, but had an incredible year and then got injured and really wasn't able to participate in the playoffs back in '97. Obviously, Jose Fernandez, probably the most dynamic we've seen in the last decade plus, and one of the great ever pitchers. Unfortunately, the tragic situation, but Meyer's carving out his own path here, and I think he's way better than last year because of what Jack mentioned. That slider is nasty, and I think there's another element. He's always had this, but the confidence is building if he can, because he's a pretty confident guy. He's a tough guy on the mound, and this is hockey weather today too. And
is it? What's the temp out there?
It's in the low 50s right now. It feels a little
Max's
like
weather.
Comfortable, a little Minnesota late April. So I think this is his environment, and also I think he likes the fact that the Marlins, not that they got blown out, but the fact that they lost the game, and he could be the guy to win a series here against Seattle.
Toto, we're not in Miami anymore.
No, we're not. And Max Meyer threw gas like in New York, and it was quote-unquote cold. Maybe not for Max, but for us. I wanted to mention and piggyback on what you said, Craig, about Jose Fernandez, because he's pertinent today. Him and Sandy Alcantara joined Max Meyer as the only Marlins to have 14 strikeouts and no walks in a game. Let's go to the other side. Jack, this is your dojo right here. Logan Evans, prospect, making his major league debut. What can you tell us about what we're going to expect from Evans today?
Yeah, you're going to see two pitches, but they're two really good pitches. He is a sinker slider guy. It's a sweeper that is pretty hard, actually. It's got a lot of depth to it, which means that it breaks a lot, but it's in the mid-80s. So you're going to see a good sweeping slider from Logan Evans.
Nothing overpowering.
No, I mean, the sinker is going to be about 93, 94, but that sweeper is going to be ones that got a lot of whiffs last year. He rolls a ton of ground balls. So far this year, he wasn't walking anybody in AAA. I think it's 4 walks in 25 innings, and opponents were hitting ground balls at about a 60% clip. Average in the major leagues is about 40%. So this guy is a ground ball demon. You're going to see a lot of pitches a little bit low. Hey, Nelly.
Look at Nelly joining the StreamYard.
Come on in, Nelly. Just say hello.
Come on, Nelly. What you got for us, Nelly?
I was just going to rag on Craig.
That's it. Jeff Nelson is on the segment right now.
Today. Not even Nelly is wearing shorts today.
Unbelievable. It must be really cold.
It's really cool. But yeah, tied a bow on Logan Evans. It's 2 pitches, but he's going to get a ton of ground balls. And this is a guy that had a 7 ERA in college baseball between Penn State and Pitt. Nelly's still hanging out behind us for the radio crowd. But no, I mean, this guy, it's really interesting. You might not see some strikeouts, but you'll see a lot of ground balls.
All right, let's get Jeff Nelson out of here.
One other thing on Evans. I'm wondering, there's a guy who played against Pitt or Penn State flipping around today. That cannot be the guy we faced. Jack and I are teammates. This guy, he couldn't get it out in college baseball. 5+ ERA 1 year. What was it, 7 or something another year? And here he is. Give the Seattle Mariners credit, though. They picked him in the 12th round. Only a couple of years ago. Work with him. And as you mentioned, he's got this sweeper, this movement that is unbelievable. It's a great story. And we'll see if the Marlins can at least take advantage of maybe some nerves today and get off to a good start and get a win.
Through 5 starts in AAA, a 3.86 ERA and 25 2/3 innings pitch. He's the Mariners' number 10 prospect. Good job, Craig Minervini. Good job, Jack McMillan. And if Jeff Nelson's still there, good job by him. We'll break here. We'll get our Expo question of the day at Marlins Radio. Steve's Guarantee. It's all next. Series finale from Seattle back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Chances Going to be driving a lot more runs. Overall, hasn't been great. Rispy.
2-2 pitch flicked into left center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Everybody was off on contact. Stowers will score from second. Mervis pulls up at second, and it's an RBI single for Liam Hicks. You don't got to hit it hard. You just got to hit it in the right spot, and he did that. We're tied at 1 in the fifth.
Has been picking up for the Marlins.
1-1 pitch. Sanoja lines that one over the leaping glove of Moore at second. Mervis going to try and score. Rodriguez, his throw coming home is through, but Mervis scores standing up. Matt Mervis just beat that throw home. He did not get down, but he just snooked that foot in. And Sacramento's Jacob Wilson have 12 apiece. That pitch wanded past the third baseman Williamson into left. 1 run scores. They're sending the other. The throw home is up the line. It's a 2-run single for Edwards. And again, he didn't hit it hard. He just guided it through the left side of the infield. It's 4-1 Fish in the fifth.
Plate. The guy who's getting hit is going to second base. Great job.
1-0 pitch. Sanchez rockets out to right and deep. He admires his work. That's all the way up and gone. Jesus Sanchez, a moonshot, and a 2-run homer makes it a 6 spot in the fifth.
This far west in his life, here's the 1-2 pitch. Hammered, base hit down the line. Over the glove of Williamson into the corner. It's going to be yet another double for Ramirez, his 4th double in his 3rd major league game.
The Marlins are up 6-4. And the 0-1 pitch, he's swinging away and he drills one again. Out to left center and deep. Rodriguez is back. Rodriguez looks up and it's gone. Augustin Ramirez, his first big league homer. A wall scratch.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami, WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
Marlins on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. Welcome on this Sunday afternoon. Steven Strom steering you to the series finale, 4:10 first pitch. 9 minutes away between the Mariners and the Marlins. Last game in Seattle before the Fish head out to L.A., a chance to win 2 out of 3 against the M's. They took 2 out of 3 against the Reds. Max Meyer will go opposite Logan Evans, who makes his major league debut here this afternoon. Let's get to our @Marlins Radio Expo question. We mentioned Max Meyer. He struck out a career high 14 last Monday against the Reds. It was a career high, of course. What Marlin has the single game record for most punch-outs? Make sure to vote @Marlins Radio. It's time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
All right, Matt Mervis, I'm calling you, buddy. Extra base hit, I think, for Merv. He's also, ironically, slugged 4 of his 7 home runs in day games. We're playing a day game this afternoon. Not calling the home run, calling the extra base hit. I think it's a good matchup against Logan Evans this afternoon. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Craig Minervini, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball is next. This is the Marlins Radio Network.
Oh,